Cuisine. Make it the Mediterranean diet on Carrollton at Jeanette, Lebanon's Cafe.
Cannon. Starring William Conrad. With guest star Anthony Zerbe.
I love Cannon.
Special guest star Donna Winter.
Whenever you need a private investigator, Cannon.
Tonight's episode, Catch Me If You Can.
Okay.
This is
Yeah, you, right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. Fantasy Friday edition of the program, a hot summer day in New Orleans. Miss Peaches is behind the glass this afternoon. Part of the Buddy Deliberto River City's Total Maintenance Studios. Miss Peaches fielding your phone calls via the Rouse's Markets phone lines. 504-766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Like I said, that's right, Friday. Weekend's coming our way. It is hot, though. Stay hydrated. Lots of agua. Look at this big bottle of water I brought. I will consume this entire bottle over the 2 hours time period of this program. Starting with that big gulp. I know water gets boring. You want your soda pop, your alcoholic beverage. Water's the best hydrator. Stay on it, especially in the heat and humidity. Boy, we got an absolutely full slate for you, a ton of topics. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for finding us. 93.9 FM, New Orleans' own 107.9 FM, 600 AM, yeah, you right. Cox Channel 4 Television, Spectrum Channel 333 Television. CoreyTalks.com live streaming. Hey, we're on YouTube. Just go to the little search bar, Corey Johnson Neutral Ground. We're live on YouTube. You can check out the program after the fact on YouTube. Should be a nice wild and woolly one. Another edition of Fridays with Fletch. That's coming up in about 12 minutes with this very interesting Nick Saban, Jimbo Fisher, he said, she said feud that's going down. Strong words. I mean, Saban basically saying A&M bought their recruiting class. Jimbo Fisher basically says Nick Saban's a scumbag. That's kind of where this thing is right now. Fletcher Mackel, been at it about 20 plus years, very knowledgeable, plus has strong opinions, and they're pretty solid opinions. I like his take. I shouldn't say don't often agree. We often agree, but we disagree often. Fletcher will join us in a few minutes, and we'll break that down. In the 5 o'clock power hour, about 1 hour away, Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans, Inc. That's always brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant. Hey, the 4 o'clock hour this afternoon brought to you by Lebanon's Cafe. How about some Middle Eastern food tonight for dinner? How about some over the weekend for lunch? Great big air-conditioned dining room, cool and comfortable. They got to-go orders. If the weather's right, outdoor dining out front under the big green awning. They got the fans, the oak trees right on the streetcar line. But what they really got are lamb chops, shish kebab, all your Middle Eastern sides. Authentic, fresh, large portions, priced right. I love it. Kind of the best of all worlds. They're by Tulane and Loyola, so they want to attract those students. But, you know, they also are in that kind of Carrollton section of Uptown, near Mid-City, near Old Jefferson, Old Metairie. So they're throwing out a pretty large net. The finest Middle Eastern food in Metro New Orleans, Lebanon's Cafe. Go check them out tonight. 4 o'clock hour this afternoon, brought to you by Lebanon's Cafe. The 4 o'clock hour brought to you by a fried kibbe. I love fried football kibbies. Those are so good. It's funny when I say football kibbe, a lot of these, like Lebanon's Cafe, if I don't know the waiter, they kind of look at me strange. Other places I've been, especially outside of New Orleans, I love Tannerine in Brooklyn, where I can get raw kibbe. They have the fried football kibbe, and I say fried football kibbe. My grandmother, Situ, who's a Arab 100%, no longer with us, my mom's mom, she called it a football kibbe because it's brown, it looks like a little miniature football, and she comes, born in America, but Arab parents that didn't speak English, and Lebanese Syrian. She's growing up, and all of a sudden football, she sees it being played, she sees it on TV, and then all of a sudden in the family it's a fried football kibbe because we had pan kibbe in the pan, they had fish kibbe, you had kibbe that you grilled. Anyway, Lebanon's Cafe, I love that stuff, so good. New Orleans Inspector General Ed Michel seizes some computers from City Hall. The mayor's staff, Christopher Wolf, this small cities is right, smart cities initiative, abandoned by the city, contract fixing, we're going to find out. Ed Michel, the New Orleans Inspector General, making waves. And isn't that exactly what you want to see in the city of New Orleans? I don't know about you as a native New Orleanian, when right after Katrina, you had Jim Letton running the U.S. Attorney's Office. You had Jim Bernazzani at the FBI. You had Bob Sarasoli as IG. It was a very aggressive triumvirate. They were all proactively, aggressively doing their job in a target-ripe environment, for crying out loud. My God, if you're an attorney for an eastern district, for a district in the United States, if you're an inspector general, are you kidding me? If you're the head of the FBI and it's like a New Orleans market, the Metro New Orleans market, do we have to go back to Marcello and, come on, crime and corruption with politicians? It's a target-rich environment. And that guy should be putting notches on the plane. All the fighters he's taken out of the sky, all the enemy fighters. It's easy pickings. No, and when nothing's going on, do nothing, Derry Harper, that's as IG, that's a nightmare because it's politically corrupt New Orleans, and you don't want the inmates continuing to run the asylum full bore. So no, Ed Michel is a Bob Sarasoli type IG. That's why I have him on the show all the time. That's why all these other IGs I didn't have on the show regularly. Not a lot of substance. No, I like this because this Smart Cities deal is a lot of funny business going on there. Sad, but it looks like, seriously, like LaToya Cantrell was kind of careful, abusing like junkets and the city credit card for free meals. She still does that. But it didn't seem like she was setting up friends and family and things of that nature. And now that might be the case, sadly. A man arrested after shooting 3 at a Hammond High School graduation on the USL campus. Trent Thomas, 20, arrested. Suspected gang violence. Wow, DA Jason Williams gets a federal tax lien for unpaid taxes. For just the year 2019, $275,000 in unpaid taxes? Would you make $1 million that year? A July trial coming up, pattern of behavior. That's what Joe Responti said to Fox News about DA Jason Williams. Joe Responti's right on the money. Corey Johnson with you. Fridays with Fletch coming up in just a few minutes. This Saban Jimbo Fisher feud is really interesting. We're going to hear comments that Nick Saban made when we come back. We're going to hear comments that Jimbo Fisher made when we come back, plus Fletcher Mackel when we come back. Hey, Young's Dry Cleaning. Tired of your dry cleaner? You get the shirt off the hanger, you button it, and there's a button missing. Collar's not right. Just all the time an aggravation with your dry cleaner. You almost expect it, yet you stick with them. Why? Why don't you experience the best dry cleaner? Young's Dry Cleaning, a New Orleans institution since 1940. They're the biggest now because they've always been the best. Check them out online, youngsdrycleaning.com. youngsdrycleaning.com. You will not be disappointed. I've been using those guys for a few decades now. youngsdrycleaning.com.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool socks. NolaAC.com, your cool socks.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the Italian sausage with peppers or the soft-shell crab ravioli. Lunch Monday to Friday. Dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, now with 4 area locations. Canal at Carrollton, on the North Shore and Slidell, in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana, and now in Metairie, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. The Woodhouse Day Spa.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
This is what Drew Brees thinks about Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Actually, Brees doesn't think at all about Super Discount Store, but they do have the lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law for beer, alcohol, and wine. Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Super Discount Store!
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about fresh local fish like flounder, snapper, and speckled trout, fried, broiled, or grilled. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
Tommy's Lock and Alarms is now hiring service and installation technicians. Great benefits, great pay, take-home vehicle. Apply today. Tommy'sLockandAlarms.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Fletcher Mackel's just a few minutes away. You're about 60 seconds away from hearing from Jimbo Fisher, Texas A&M coach, his comments after Nick Saban on Wednesday night in front of a bunch of Alabama boosters essentially saying Texas A&M, by name, bought their recruiting class. Each and every player with an NIL deal, name, image, likeness deal, amount of money, set amount, every single player, they bought their entire recruiting class. Alabama didn't do that. Jimbo Fisher heard that, and this was Jimbo Fisher's reaction to that yesterday.
Last night in Alabama?
Yes, I would. First of all, I'll say it's a shame that we have to do this. It's really despicable. It's despicable that somebody can say things about somebody and an organization. More importantly, 17-year-old kids. You're taking shots at 17-year-old kids and their families. That they broke state laws. That they're all money. We bought every player on this group. We never bought anybody. No rules were broken. Nothing was done wrong. It was all in the way we do things, the ethics in which we do things. And these families, it's despicable that a reputable head coach could come out and say this when he doesn't give way or things don't go his way. The narcissist in him doesn't allow those things to happen. And it's ridiculous. But when he's not on top, and the parity in college football he's been talking about, go talk to coaches who coach for him. You'll find out all the parity. Go dig into wherever he's been. You can find out anything. And it's a shame that you got to sit here and defend 17-year-old kids and families. And Texas A&M, because we do things right, we're always going to do things right. But we're always going to be here. We're doing a heck of a job. These coaches have done a great job. Our players have done a great job. The whole organization of recruiting people. It's despicable that we got to sit here at this level of ball and say these things to defend the people of this organization, the kids, 17-year-old kids, and their families. It's amazing. Some people think they're God. Go dig into how God did his deal. You may find out about a guy that a lot of things you don't want to know. We built him up to be the czar of football. Go dig into his past or anybody that's ever coached with him. You can find out anything you want to find out, what he does and how he does it. And it's despicable. It really is. And it's a shame we have to sit up here and have this conversation about things we do. And it's personal to us? Yes, it is. It's personal to A&M. It's personal to our players. It's personal to our coaches and everybody involved. And I know the guy. Know him really well. It's amazing that we're allowed to do those things. It's really despicable. And I hate it. For our players who are coming here, who did things the right way, have done things the right way, and will continue to do things the right way, I apologize to you that people insult you publicly the way they're doing it. And our fans, I apologize to you guys for people saying those things about Texas A&M. I promise you this, there are no violations. There are nothing wrong. It's the second time we've had to do this with grown men who don't get their way and want to pout, throw a fit, and act up. Just go ask all the people who work for him. You'll know exactly what he's about. I always said this. My dad always told me this. When people show you who they are, believe them. He's showing you who he is.
Questions? To the left, Olin.
A couple of things, Jimbo. First of all, have you had any contact with Nick since?
No. Oh, he's called.
You just didn't take the call?
Not going to. We're done.
And
he shows you who he is.
And then I just wanted to.
He's the greatest ever, huh?
And then I just wanted.
You got all the advantages. It's easy.
And I just wanted to just put it point blank. So, no players in you're saying that no players in
there's
the
no laws of anything we ever
or...
promised, done anything that goes against the laws of the state of Texas, and it's insulting to say a 17-year-old and his family broke laws. No.
Down front, Brent.
You know, y'all have both spoken so highly of each other in the past in terms of what y'all have done in your previous relationship. So how disappointing was it to hear that from him, you know, in terms of, you know, a mentor type to you?
It's disappointing. No, it wasn't. No, listen, you coach with people like Bobby Bowden and learn how to do things. You coach with other people and learn how not to do things. There's a reason people don't go.
Wow. Jimbo Fisher, explosive comments. It was Nick Saban saying A&M bought their recruiting class. And it's Jimbo Fisher saying Nick Saban is a despicable person. It's definitely escalated. And then it's Greg Sankey at the SEC saying, shame on you guys. Bad boys. Sit. Stay. Bad boy. Wow. You're not getting a treat, I guess. Fletcher Mackel joins us from WDSU Channel 6 Sports, Fridays with Fletch. What up, bro?
Not a lot, Corey. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it as always.
I appreciate it, Fletch. Like getting you on. 20-plus years in sports. You know what you're talking about. Plus, you have strong opinions. Some folks, Fletch, they're knowledgeable like you, maybe. They've worked at it 20-plus years, don't want to have strong opinions, want to script their stuff, do their sports stuff, and get out of there. There's nothing right or wrong about you, me, them. It's just how it is, but you like having opinions.
Well, yeah, I think here's the thing. Look, we live in a world where, look, life isn't always easy. And there's real world stuff that goes on. And maybe it's because I follow the news and like the news. And my brother is a hardcore news reporter and anchor. But look, we're still talking about sports. And I love covering sports. And I think it's amazing. But at the end of the day, it's entertainment. So, like, having an opinion about entertainment, that's fine. And again, I think it's great that we can interact with each other and have opinions about this. Like, I don't necessarily want to spend my day talking about politics or religion or life or infrastructure. Those are great things, and I can talk about it like you can too. But having hard opinions and passionate opinions about sports, I want everybody to have one and share them and debate it left. You and I were having a spirited debate last week that I loved. I thought you were ridiculously off base, but I still wanted to hear your opinion about it, even though we didn't agree, and it made for a pretty good discussion on radio.
Oh, no, I believe me, I've got the, I hate to say it, I have to put the small market, large market NFL team thing in the can, as it were, and we'll pull that one out next week. This Jimbo, Saban bomb was dropped out of the Enola Gay, and it took out Hiroshima. You know what I'm saying?
It was, I'll say this. Look, it's entertainment, and people are going to click on it and watch it, and we're going to run it on the news, and we're talking about it right now on the radio.
Yep.
And it's going to make that game in Tuscaloosa, I mean, it's going to be unbelievable. But you're right. You're talking about, what is Jimbo Fisher, 60 and Nick Saban 70? And they are like, they're acting like 12-year-olds, saying and doing what they're saying and doing, but it is definitely something that you would not expect out of professional men who are supposed to be the leaders of young men.
All right, let's start with that, what you would not expect. And not so much like what you're saying for a moral standpoint, what you would not expect out of a 70-something-year-old coach as experienced as Nick Saban. This isn't 1975 and you're in, Bunkie or Natchitoches or something, and obviously it would be a Alabama, Hoover, I don't know, whatever little town you want to say. You're not in some small town. It's not 1975. First off, right out the gate, what is Saban thinking specifically, Fletch, making that kind of caustic comment, granted in front of Alabama boosters exclusively, but knowing it's 2022, cell phones, social media, Twitter, all this stuff's going to be heard. It's going to be posted. The media is going to report it. He must have lost it for a little while, or there's an NIL frustration level with him that's boiling over. One of the two, but what is Saban thinking making that comment?
So what I think he's thinking is just, you use the word frustration, is, look, Nick Saban, we know, is maybe the greatest coach in the history of college football. And he's a fantastic recruiter, and they develop a lot of great players. They get them good, and they develop into great NFL players. But the world of college football has changed. Now, whatever you think of that, it's changed. Name, image, and license for student athletes to make money off of their brand, so to say. And I hate that word, my brand, or that term, my brand. But that's what it is.
Yep.
It's here, and it's here for good. And I think the frustration is Bama lost out on it so far this year. That, yes, Texas A&M, using name, image, and license, was able to sign the best recruiting class in the country this year and the greatest in the history of their program. They played within the rules. So I lean a little bit more towards Jimbo Fisher of, hey, look, when Saban says they paid them all, it's like, well, hold on. The days of NCAA 10, 20, 30 years ago of they paid them, well, yeah, you can get paid.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm, Fletch. We're kind of getting into the minutia. Why didn't Saban say they're programs that bought all their players? They and talk about the collective and the alumni and the coaches. But he mentions A&M specifically, and they finished number one. We finished number two. I mean, that's just fighting words. What did he expect?
Because here's the thing, he said it. And it's what he believes. He knows A&M is a rival. He knows A&M has a lot. Look, A&M has maybe more money than any team in the SEC.
Yeah, but now he's backtracking and double talking, apologizing, and sounds absurd. I think he screwed up.
If he'd have made it generic, it would have been fine. It still would have been, okay, he's looking like the guy. He's looking like the old guy that doesn't get it anymore, okay? Because he didn't play the game the way other schools played it, and therefore other schools beat him in something. That is very uncommon for Nick Saban. Nick Saban doesn't lose in recruiting. Bama doesn't ever get that. Like, there's Bama and everybody else in the SEC because of what he's built over 15 years.
I just got to believe that he had to have known that, okay, it's not just going to make your point about the system's being abused, you're frustrated about it, the feds need to come in and regulate it. He had to have realized Jimbo's going to get ticked off, and this is going to get a viral reaction. I don't know if that's what he intended to do, to bring more of a spotlight to it. I can't believe that's what he did, and he knew how Jimbo would react and was manipulating the system. I think Saban went out there in front of a bunch of Alabama boosters, got comfortable, and screwed up mentioning A&M specifically, and now his double talk sounds ridiculous. Hang on, Fletch. We're going to knock out a quick break and come back. A lot more. Fridays with Fletch. We're breaking down the Jimbo Fisher Nick Saban feud. Saban saying A&M bought their class. Jimbo Fisher says Saban's not a nice guy.
Kanye West was seen shopping at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google.
Okay, I think Kanye was talking about something else entirely. Super Discount Store on Paris Road in Chalmette.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latram.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
Enjoy outdoor dining on the streetcar line, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, the finest in Middle Eastern cuisine, Carrollton at Jeanette, Lebanon's Cafe.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Hey, don't forget our Humane May fundraisers going on. This is about our 10th year. You can donate at humanela.org. We're trying to raise $10,000 in the month of May for cats and dogs, kittens and puppies. humanela.org. I better see $20 from Fletcher Mackel pretty soon at humanela.org. Got it, buddy?
Sure.
Wow, such enthusiasm. Jeez, is that like, hey, Fletcher Mackel, Channel 6, come on into the newsroom. Fletch, we're going to have you go cover the Saints. Sure. They'd get someone else to cover that story. Such a lack of enthusiasm.
Late. I wasn't even sure what you were saying.
I said you're going to donate $20 to my Humane May fundraiser at humanela.org.
Okay.
God, that sounds less.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
All right, now I'm getting a little enthusiasm. It's for a good cause, Fletch. You have any pets?
I do not have any pets, no.
You're not a dog or cat person?
No, I love animals. I work a lot and sometimes travel during football season, so I'm always worried that I would be like a irresponsible pet owner. That I love animals, had animals growing up. I just feel like, like I had the Pelicans made the playoffs. I spent 5 days in Phoenix. It's like, who watches the animals? Who takes care of the animals? What do you do? You know what I mean? And then like when the Zurich and the Pelicans are playing at the same time, and I'm going to the golf course at 8 in the morning and getting home at midnight after Pelicans games that start at 8 o'clock. I feel like that would be selfish of me.
No, you're right. You're right. You got to be that's good. I mean, a lot of people get animals and they're not responsible pet owners. All right. Speaking of animals, it was an animal attack. Basically, Saban says A&M bought their class, and then Jimbo Fisher says Saban's a scumbag. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah, he just said narcissistic God complex, I think it was, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, just, narcissistic, ask other coaches, despicable, think he's a god, czar, dig into his past. When you have all the advantages, it's easy. He was crunching him personally. Saban didn't crunch Jimbo personally. I mean, indirectly, hey, you bought the whole recruiting class. I guess it's legal. We didn't do that at Alabama. They go earn it themselves. We just give them the opportunity being at Alabama. You guys lined it up. Saban explains the collective and the alumni and the coaches know and the players get X amount of money, explains all this, but so indirectly, I guess it was just, we do it different than y'all. But Jimbo takes it as we're cheating, and Jimbo's like, you're a scumbag. Jimbo attacked Saban directly, I think. Saban attacked A&M and sort of indirectly, really, like, hey, they didn't cheat, but we don't do it that way. Jimbo's like, you're garbage. I'm not talking to him anymore. I know him. Lots of sub-accusations there, Fletch, like the when you have all the advantages, it's easy. Ask other coaches. Dig into his past isn't a positive. Fletcher Mackel, 20 years doing sports. Dig into his past. He does a great job. I wouldn't say it that way. You know what I mean? It's dig into his past like negative, cheater. You know, he's deviant.
Yeah, and let me say this. And that was the one thing that was open. There was a great article in The Athletic today by the beat writers who have covered Saban and Jimbo and the people that used to know them. And somebody said, when you said, look into his past, I think there are connotations of that's what he means, that maybe he's a cheater, something like that. But I also think that he was just talking about the way he treats coaches and the God complex that he has. So, you know, as we try to kind of play amateur psychiatrist, what did you mean by that?
I thought there was something he mentioned about analysts in the past, and I'll recheck that. I thought Jimbo made some connotation about analysts. Because, I mean, that's been Saban's MO, I guess, since Michigan State, folks. The insiders will say handlers. And some mention like that barber in a meet, you know, handlers that aren't directly connected to the program but help the program. And then these analysts that work for the athletic department or the football program that are essentially like assistant coaches almost. But anyway, go on, Fletch.
Yeah, no, look, I just look at it and again, I think they were both, and we could talk about this. I think it's a great talker, and I love doing it. But I think Saban is frustrated and isn't in tune with what the NCAA is becoming. And it's becoming an area where amateur players are going to be able to profit and make money. And whether you like it or not, it's here. And I don't know if the government's going to regulate it. And I'm not sure what regulations the NCAA is going to be able to put in on it. It's here, and it's here to stay. And he has to adjust with that. And he comes across as looking like the curmudgeon who finally lost at something. And he didn't need to stay and do that because his program is still awesome. Now, if he believes that he can talk about it behind closed doors, but saying it in an open forum was a bad thing. Whether it was, I don't think when you said he knew what he was doing, I don't think he knew what he was doing. He was speaking off the cuff about something he's passionate about, and he put his foot in his mouth and caused, you know.
Oh, that's what I truly think. I don't think he's that smart where he knew he could manipulate Jimbo. I was just saying, boy, if he's that way, that's crazy. No, I don't think that. But
let me say this,
we've seen this before, though, with Saban, with like the RPO a few years ago, Fletch. He complained about that, and then all of a sudden adjusted and won more national titles. He'll do the same thing here. He even insinuated as much. It may not be sustainable. Like, we may not be able to just say, come to Alabama and make your own money. We may have to do this collective thing with the alumni and cut out the pie. I mean, he was sort of insinuating that. But no, I just Saban definitely doesn't like it.
I know. And there's better ways to do than what he did by calling out an individual program. I also think Jimbo Fisher, now, I give Jimbo Fisher a little bit more slack because you were the one that was attacked. So getting a chance to rebut that, I am more in favor of. But they could have issued a statement from the university. He could have put a tweet out with the laughing emoji saying, "Get with it, coach," and that would have been fine. And Jimbo's a passionate guy. So again, I think Saban was wrong. I think that Jimbo could have smirked and just said, like, the sport has passed you by in a tweet, and everybody would have gone nuts with that, and that would have been enough. Or the athletic department could have said, Jimbo has a circus press conference and turned it into more of a circus. So, again, it's just professional men that you wouldn't expect to act that way are acting in a way that they try to prevent their players from acting in.
Fletcher Mackel's with us from Channel 6 Sports, talking a little Saban Jimbo. Where does this go next, you think? I look, boxing isn't federally regulated. It's so corrupt. Horse racing's even worse, more corrupt, no federal regulation. I think Saban might be on to something with the federal regulation because there is a collective, and there are alumni with deep pockets, and they are putting piles of money together, and the coaches do know, and they're figuring out what players get what, and when they go recruit them, they say, you're going to get $120,000 and all this. So, and then Saban even said there are Alabama players that are from Alabama want to go to Alabama, and they're going, I'll only come here if you match the $120,000. There may need to be some type of federal regulation. I think Saban's right when I don't think this is how it was designed to work. And I think you're right, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. I said the same thing. Jimbo and A&M didn't cheat. They just went to the maximum of what you could do right out the gate.
Correct. And here's the thing. How do you – look, the NCAA, stood on their high horse, fought against – look, I don't think college athletes should be paid. It would bankrupt athletic departments. If you had to pay every athlete from top to bottom, I mean, a school like LSU has something like 27 sports. They go bankrupt if they have to pay the athletes. I am not in favor of paying the athletes. I am in favor of the NIL. If you can make money, like the woman who's a gymnast at LSU, Livy Dunn, if she can get endorsement deals with Fabletta and women's athletic companies, let her get it. That's awesome. And if a guy, Miles Brennan has like a $10,000 NIL deal with Small Sliders in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, Smoothie King or something, yep.
Right. If they can find it, do it. Now, look, you're right. Schools with big money are going to figure out, hey, our deep money boosters that can contribute to this, we can just offer a kid right now. We want this kid, and we'll give you an NIL deal. Great, give me the $50,000 on top of the scholarship. I understand it's kind of the Wild West, but the problem is, and this is different than what we're talking about now, the NCAA was so far behind the times. The NCAA was so restrictive with student athletes transferring, student athletes. I mean, you heard about these horror stories of student athletes you could barely have any money to eat when they were on road trips at the NCAA tournament because the per diems were so low. Yep. So I do think the NCAA refusing to change and being so stubborn for so long led to all of this changing in the blink of an eye overnight. But how do you regulate it? And again, I think it's just going to be one of those things. This is years away. Saban will probably be retired and out of the game. This isn't a 1 month or 1 year fix. This may be something that we see fall into place or find some type of regulation or some type of pattern over the next 5 to 10 years. And he's 70. I don't think he's going to be coaching when he's 80.
Fletch, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll do it again next week.
Cool. Excellent.
That's Fletcher Mackel from Channel 6 WDSU Sports. Yeah, we got that topic about small market, large market NFL teams. That one's still in the can. Fletcher Mackel, Channel 6, talking a little Jimbo and Saban. The feud continues. Corey Johnson with you. They got to go meet in Destin. The SEC meetings in a few weeks in Destin. Those coaches will be there. That's going to be really interesting. Every day, this program's brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. Lamarck Ford, #1 in the region. Lamarck Lincoln, #1 in the region. On the car corner, Williams Boulevard at I-10 in Kennebra. Right on the corner, right on the price. Every day, this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Rouse's Markets means convenience. Every one of our 65 locations opens at 7 a.m., some at 6:30, and they're open until 10 p.m., with some staying open till 11 or even midnight. Convenience. Rouse's Markets. Tastes like home.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right, Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommy'slockhandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about the freshest local seafood anywhere. Shrimp, oysters, speckled trout, flounder, snapper, soft shells, crawfish. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Recently, Kim Kardashian was seen at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Let's party.
Can you think of any other celebrities that won't sue us? Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. 3235 Paris Road.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
Have a painting project but can't decide on the perfect color? At Helm Paint and Decorating, we offer half-pint paint samples in any Benjamin Moore color for under $5, so you can test potential paint colors before investing in a full gallon.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Yeah, you, right? Corey Johnson back at you. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. This is not, I repeat, not a sports talk show. You know that, listening every day. A couple of times a week for a few minutes. I'll get Fletcher Mackel on Fridays, Brett Martell on Mondays. Kind of looking back from the weekend, looking forward to the weekend kind of gimmick. But when there's a big story that is bigger than sports, it becomes a news story like this Saban Jimbo Fisher feud. And we're going to stretch that segment a little bit, like we just did. Hey, Rouse's Markets truly does taste like home, because it is home. 60-plus Rouse's Markets, Louisiana, born and bred. South Louisiana, Cajun country. Metro New Orleans, born and bred. Over 60 Rouse's, over 20 in Metro New Orleans. It is New Orleans grocery store. And Rouse's has everything. The local stuff you want, national, even international products. I love the Rouse's label stuff. I've got some super premium Rouse's extra virgin olive oil. I'm telling you. I had some Cola Vita. I poured them both out on a plate. Couldn't tell the color, the taste. It might be Cola Vita that Rouse's has with their label. I don't know. That's how that works. Rouse's Markets tastes like home. I love my Rouse's. Hey, our Humane May fundraiser continues. We're trying to raise $10,000 in the month of May. About 2/3 of the month already in the books. We've probably got about 1/3 of the $10,000 raised. We got a long way to go. I need Fletcher Mackel's $20. I need your $10, your $20, your $100. Whatever you can contribute, I promise you, the money's going to be well spent. You can feel good about that, and you can feel good about that you're helping animals that are suffering, cats and dogs and kittens and puppies and horses and goats. HumaneLA.org. Please donate right now and donate generously. HumaneLA.org. The New Orleans Inspector General Ed Michel, his office making waves, man, seizing computers from City Hall, specifically the mayor's staff, Christopher Wolf. The Smart Cities plan, Wi-Fi with Magic Johnson's crew, this multi-year long-term contract that goes on long after LaToya the Destroyer is gone as mayor. They abandoned that once the fix was in, the contract fixing was revealed, or potentially contract fixing being revealed. I know the mayor's running from it, but now you have the city council subpoenaing people and Ed Michel snagging Christopher Wolf, one of the mayor's peeps, computer out of City Hall. Isn't that exactly what you want to see? I mean, folks that are against this type of stuff, they are in like bold life soul coup, that yesteryear thinking, the Mark Morial mentality, this black versus white, Republican versus Democrat headbutting thing. We're in 2022, not 1972. The folks that are getting most adversely affected in New Orleans, without a doubt, year in, year out, decade in, decade out, poor disenfranchised black folks in New Orleans. Generation in, generation out, getting screwed over. You could argue, man, it was white folks screwing us over. It's black leadership screwing you over now, decade in, decade out. Because black over white is more important than leadership. Democrat over Republican, more important than leadership. New Orleans is totally broken. Totally broken. You have two problems. Black over everything else, Democrat over everything else. That's insane. I mean, even dopey Louisiana. We elected a Democrat governor not once but twice in wacky right-wing evangelical Louisiana. White, hardcore right-wingers. Not once, twice, a Democrat for governor. In New Orleans, not even close. I mean, it's not even like Democrat liberal. It's hyper-progressive woke. It's like the Squad in New Orleans. And New Orleans is broken. New Orleans needs ideas from left and right. New Orleans needs leaders. New Orleans needs cutting edge. New Orleans needs folks that can, take a broken franchise and make it a winner again. Not just someone, going through the motions, pretending to be the head coach. We don't need Mike Ditka. 3-13, don't need that. Need a winning coach. No, I love that there's an aggressive IG. I love that the FBI's got a good leader. I like that the Eastern District of Louisiana, the U.S. Attorney's strong. No, that post-Katrina, that triumvirate of Jim Bernazani at the FBI, Bob Sarasoli as IG, Jim Letton as the U.S. Attorney, that was strong. Folks were scared to run for office that normally would be running for office, because they're running for office for all the wrong reasons, not civic duty, to set up friends and family. Scared to do city contracts because these guys will pop you. No, I love it. And it looks like the mayor gets into that second term, the final 15 minutes, and it's, man, better take care of myself. It's going to be lots of restaurants and junkets. We knew that. But is she now setting up friends and family? The council's investigating. The IG's investigating. They've got Christopher Wolf's computer, and the council wants all emails between the mayor, her staff, and the potential Magic Johnson company with this Wi-Fi. All emails. So a lot is going to be revealed really, really soon. Guess what's coming up next? 5 o'clock power hour. Fausto's Italian Bistro tonight for dinner. Wow, what a good idea. Some of the city's best Sicilian and Italian. Easy, convenient. Park right in front, great service. I love Fausto's Italian Bistro. Who doesn't love chicken, veal, fish? Who doesn't love Sicilian and Italian? Tonight for dinner, I know, good suggestion. Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets. We're on the radio, we're on TV, we're on YouTube. 5 o'clock power hour coming up next. Miss Peach is at the controls. I think we have to give away a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate or two coming up in the 5 o'clock power hour. What's that, Blue Boy? I get your nails clipped at the Maple Street Vet. You'd like to get them clipped at the Woodhouse from now on? Holy smokes, Blue Boy. You're a basset hound. You like the luxury of the Woodhouse. I hear you, buddy. 93.9 FM, 107.9 FM, New Orleans. 5 o'clock power hour now.
For years, you've been hearing about the virtues of Springfield Wellness Center and their successful treatment of over 1,000 individuals who overcame their substance addiction. Now it's your turn. Here's Springfield's founder, Paula Norris Metier.
Our Brain Restoration Plus Detox Treatment is an intravenous nutritional supplement that restores the brain's chemical imbalances. Our patients detox with minimal withdrawal symptoms. It also blocks the craving, which is unbelievable and which is why most people say they have a hard time believing, but it restores neuron function. Many treatment programs use one drug to get you off of another drug. At Springfield, we treat the problem. Addiction is first a brain disease. If you or a loved one suffer from substance abuse, please just give us a call.
Put your addiction behind you. Call Springfield Wellness Center now. 504-291-2800. That's 291-2800.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Where can you find shish kebab in New Orleans? Lamb, beef, chicken, shrimp, plus all your other Mediterranean favorites. Lebanon's Cafe on the streetcar line. Lunch, dinner, and shish kebab. Lebanon's Cafe.
At Home Paint and Decorating, our paints are in it for the long haul. In fact, our top Benjamin Moore exterior paints come with a lifetime warranty. Not 25 years, not 50 years, we mean forever. You heard right. At Helm Paint, our top exterior paints have a lifetime warranty against chipping, peeling, and flaking. They also are mildew resistant. Imagine painting your home one time and being done with it. Visit any one of our locations today and make that once-in-a-lifetime purchase. Paint that has a lifetime warranty. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years. serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got.
Are you kidding?
Taking a break from all your worries.
The Neutral Ground 5 o'clock powwow on a Friday canceled. Reruns of Cheers coming up next. We're going to run reruns of a program from 35 years ago instead of a fresh, live, and local edition of the Neutral Ground. I say the hell with that. I know he doesn't work for NBC anymore. Where's number 9, Drew Brees? I think his last name's pronounced Brees. Number 9, could you bail us out from this Cheers crap? Number 9. Number 9. Thank you, Mr. Drew Brees. This hour not brought to you by B1 Bank. I thought that was a Saturday Night Live skit. Drew Brees in the little polo shirt with the B1 Bank and the plastic name tag that said Drew. I don't know if you knew, but after the commercial shoot, they're like, Drew, that was fantastic, great take. By the way, you're working booth number 4 from 2 to 5 o'clock. You're going to be a teller. Thanks for coming over. We didn't make that name tag with Drew on it for nothing. Oh, boy. Hey, Drew, put on this bank polo shirt with the plastic name tag that says Drew. Hey, guys, make sure you sign the bottom of the check. Corey Johnson back at you on a Friday. Hey, our Humane May fundraiser continues. Please donate. You can use a B1 bank account. Donate humanela.org. We're trying to raise $10,000 for cats and dogs, kittens and puppies. About 2/3 of the month in the books, about 1/3 of our money raised. So we got like $6,500, $6,800 to go to reach our goal and a little over a week to do it. Please donate right now. humanela.org. humanela.org. Hey, the 5 o'clock powwow this afternoon brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating. Do it once, do it right. Helm Paint and Decorating. They'll steer you in the right direction. I'm painting my house right now. I should say just finished painting it. I didn't do it. My crew did it. Took the ugly aluminum siding off my house. And then I went to Helm. They set me up with the primer, the paint, everything I needed. I'll never, ever paint my house again. I used a Benjamin Moore product with a lifetime warranty from Helm Paint and Decorating. We got a full slate for you on this Fantasy Friday edition of the program, 5 o'clock powwow. The New Orleans IG seizes computers from the mayor's staff, Christopher Wolf, this Smart Cities initiative that the mayor abandoned. The Wi-Fi deal with Magic Johnson's company. Contract fixing. Ed Michelle, the IG, making waves. I like seeing that. If there's a justification to do it, there's not some vendetta or agenda, and Ed Michelle looks totally neutral, apolitical, going where the facts lead him. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Reminds me of Bob Sarasoli post-Katrina. A man was arrested, Trent Thomas, 20, shooting 3 people after Hammond's graduation last night. suspected gang violence, I think, connected to this. DA Jason Williams gets a federal tax lien for unpaid taxes. 2019, he didn't pay $274,000 in taxes. His July trial coming up. Joe Responti told Fox 8 News prosecution would use a pattern of behavior argument with this. Hey, it is the 5 o'clock powwow, a little bit after 5 o'clock on a Friday. We blow the 5 o'clock whistle to put the spotlight on this very time period of the week. You want to know why? Because 100% of the work weeks in the books, it's over, it's history. Yay! And guess what? 100% of the weekend just starting. It's all in front of you. I like smelling the roses, putting the spotlight on the time of the week right now. So we blow the 5 o'clock whistle. Hit it, Miss Peaches. Yeah, you're right, Miss Peaches from Avondale, hitting the 5 o'clock whistle. One more time. Wow, giving me an earful while that whistle was blowing. She's from Harvey. My apologies, Miss Peaches. From Harvey, not Avondale. My bad. Wow. I shouldn't have said my bad. I don't like my bad. We agree to disagree. Just saying. My bad. That's terrible. Anyway, 5 o'clock whistle appropriately brought to you by Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. It's got to be Super D in Chalmette. Speaking of my bad for making him hang on, Michael Heck joins us from Greater New Orleans, Inc. Miguel, hola.
Okay, ¿cómo estás?
I don't know if folks know this. If you put your speaker balance to the left, you hear Michael and I in Spanish, and if you put your speaker stereos all the way to the right in your vehicle, you hear the show in English. Pretty incredible.
No, that's true. We are cunning linguists.
It's SAP. It's SAP on TV. SAP, the SAP option. Of course, all of that is total nonsense. Michael probably does know some Spanish. I know super muy poquito Espanol, so we're not even going to go there. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. It's been a busy but productive week. You know, the weather is hot but decent, and so we're ready to roll into summer and see what it brings.
I hope when you get texts and emails from me, sometimes you're not driving. I mean, sometimes you got to just be like, "Oh boy, here goes Corey again." I blew a gasket when I found out about the Samsung plant in Austin, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, but that's, kind of shows how these things build over time. And I think I want to find out, how that Samsung plant came to light, because there's a backstory there. And I think it's important to understand it didn't happen, just out of the blue.
Nope.
And I don't think that Louisiana was even in the mix.
No, it wasn't. It was in New York, Austin, not even Texas, Austin, New York, or L.A. or California.
Yeah.
And they picked Austin for whatever reason, $17 billion. Something like that, Michael. I mean, it's like Alabama when Leonard Fournette was available. Alabama lands Leonard Fournette, another great player. LSU needed Leonard Fournette. Austin gets that, another great thing. New Orleans gets it, friggin' game changer.
No, it's true. And, I got to tell I was with somebody, a business coach from Austin today. I was speaking at a United Airlines event in New Orleans, and he lives in Austin. He's been there for 30 years. And he says, it's unlivable now. He said it's too congested, too expensive. They've torn down. But, there's still momentum. It's still an easy decision that people are making, and it'll probably kind of remain in this overripe state for 5 more years before people start to figure it out and look for the next Austin.
Yeah, I'd like to deal with those problems with just ridiculous growth, having to bring, send U-Hauls empty out from the city. I'd like to have those dilemmas that Austin, Texas has,
I agree with you, man. But, there's interesting stuff going on. So what do you want to get on? We can talk about the legislature. We can talk about gas prices.
Well, let's do this real quick. I've got either 2 minutes with you, and if that's the case, we're going to fly like the wind, or we can take our time, and I can come back and get you on the other side because Frank Brightson's cooking tonight, and he can't make it at 5:20. So it's your call. 2 minutes or 10?
I can be with you till about 5:30.
Yeah, 5:30's great. 5:30's perfect, so we can go a little slower. Hey, before we get into some topics that we want to discuss, the other meltdown I had with you, let's get that one out of the way. How do we make Hammond, Louisiana, Tangipahoa Parish, Hammond specifically, the electric car, electric battery manufacturing capital of the United States?
Well, it's beginning to happen in that they're starting to put big industry and distribution centers in and around Tangipahoa because they're welcoming. You've got the large Interlocks expansion. You've got the Medline facility, 1 million square feet going there. So it's on people's radar screen. It's got a good location. Then you've got Southeastern. That is an excellent technical school, excellent STEM school. And so we have to start or continue to build the curriculum there, the curriculum in the engineering department. And then we have to work with Tangipahoa to get more certified sites that have made it already through the phase 1 environmental. So when we're talking to people, we can say we've got 2 or 3 sites with great access, a great downtown, a great university that are ready to go. And then we just go and sell and say, come here and own the market versus going to Austin and have to compete against Tesla.
Michael Heck's with us from Greater New Orleans, Inc. He joins us just about each and every Friday. Occasionally, he won't be here when he's trying to lure in some businesses, a British Airways flight, Viking Cruises, something good for our economy. Every week, this segment's brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant, and they are hiring. East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, Latrim.com for a full listing of positions available. Go to their website right now, Latrim.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at Rouse's.com.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about their daily lunch specials like red beans and rice, black-eyed peas, white butter beans, liver and onions. Daily lunch specials. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
Yeah, you right. We got Michael Hecht with us till about 5:30 on the program. Michael, there is some up in North Louisiana, outside of Greater New Orleans, Inc.'s purview or whatever, territory. Isn't there something up in North Louisiana, I forget, that we make some metal that's used in car batteries at a plant, lithium or something somewhere up there?
Yeah, no, we have a plant we're putting in that was going to make graphene.
Yeah, graphite or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's graphene. It's kind of a form of graphite. Yeah, so that's going in over there in Veolia near the Walmart. So they're at the beginning of the elements are starting to happen.
All right. We're going to call it the Corey Johnson electric car corridor.
Yeah. We're going to call it. Maybe we call it. What should we call it? Like the KJ1.
I mean, God, Frank Davis has Naturally Nolans Bridge. I get my interstate loop. I deserve a name on there, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
Where you at bridge.
We're going to call it the Corey Way or the Highway.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. I like that. The Corey Way or the Highway. Yeah, right.
Look, I've got a project to work on with you. I'm going to be working on a rebranding campaign for New Orleans East, so we have to talk about that offline. But I think that just kind of a name that keeps it but flips it, like an East Town or something, that doesn't disavow it but gives it a fresh start.
No, I like that because, obviously no foresight or leadership skills. That terrible politician, John Alario, Schwest comes up with a track he wants to build instead of being a leader and putting it 15 minutes down the road by the trash dumps, which would have been a perfect buffer for the noise. He allows it to go in this Fairfield development after the $1 billion UAP Long Bridge expansion. No one wants to build a neighborhood or, some type of office park with all that noise from that racetrack. So just short-sighted there. But to make my point, couldn't help but bash Alario there because it's so aggravating. Bridge City, Fairfield, they wanted a, industrial canal, industrial waterway, airline highway, airline drive. Make it a little softer, Fairfield. New Orleans East could use something, maybe a little name change.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that are out there, and a few of them start popping, whether it's the Space Center at Michoud, the new Energy Transition Center we're going to put out by Faubourg, Anthony Mackie's film development that he's talking about putting out there, Bayou Phoenix, doing a redevelopment of Lake Forest Plaza. There are a number of things, and that combined with the bus rapid transit that we're talking about putting out there, there are a number of ways that you could really reactivate that, combined with some, revitalizing the housing stock, getting rid of the blight. This is not rocket science. It's a bunch of incremental steps combined with just making it nicer as you drive through, putting some better signage, putting up some billboards that advertise that every spaceship since Apollo has been built in New Orleans. There's some just concrete steps we can take.
I don't want to steal from those commie Russians. Star City.
We might have to.
Didn't they in Star City? They're launch their Cape Canaveral.
Yeah, it is. It is. But now what do we have? We have Stennis, right?
Well, Stennis is just to test the engines. We're Stars. Yeah, I guess we're not Star City because we're not launching either. I guess that's Cape Canaveral. I don't know.
Or Orlando.
All right, we'll work on. I'll try to come up with some help for you, Michael.
Yeah, let's work on this offline, brother.
Yep. And yeah, sadly, that big slab of concrete that we call the tombstone out there, I think that idea you and I have talked about a lot, where you keep that New Orleans East tombstone, but it all of a sudden stops being a tombstone and becomes a sign when you maybe clear out 10 acres behind it, put some undulation where you have little hills and mounds, and on each hill and mound you put up a huge billboard, that says Chrysler tank engines, and get Blaine Kern to make a big mock-up Chrysler tank engine. Built the tank engines for World War II and Korea. The Higgins boat, mock-up Higgins boat. Have the space shuttle tank, have the Saturn V rocket. Save the world, put man on the moon. That should be the big, as you enter New Orleans. The World War II, New Orleans helped save the planet, and man on the moon, the greatest achievement in the history of mankind. New Orleans played roles in both of those major historical events.
In the exact same location, right there at the Beach Street facility in New Orleans East. I mean, it's really true. Like New Orleans East saves the world. There you go.
Instead, we'll put a porta potty out there. I mean, I don't.
And a crooked castle out in Irish Byers. So anyway, that's going to be a good one to work on. And you got, New Orleans East would be the 5th or 6th largest city in the state. It's a big landmass, a lot of people, and a lot of areas to develop. So I'm actually optimistic about it.
Yeah, it's a lump of clay out there. It's like start over again, 1970 almost.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, gas prices. The price for a gallon of gas in New Orleans setting another record high according to AAA and their gas price data, whatever. Gas prices like $4.22 a gallon. What's going on, and how does that affect Metro New Orleans?
Well, it obviously affects us because of tourism, because of gasoline, because of jet fuel, and then just the overall economy. What's interesting is what's going on here, because they've started to pump more crude, and they've released a bunch from the Strategic Reserve. So I was looking into it, and what's going on is what's called the crack spread. Now, Corey, I know that you know about the crack spread, but that's different. This is the crack spread, which is the cost of refining the crude. So what's happening is that crude is coming in at about $100 a barrel, but the crack spread, which is usually about $10 a barrel, is now $55 because we don't have enough refining capacity to crack or break down the crude into the components that we use it, like diesel and gasoline and jet fuel. So until we get more refining capacity coming online, which doesn't happen overnight, we're still going to have more expensive fuel. So it's another kind of supply chain issue, and it's not going to be fixed overnight, even if we release more oil or even if we buy more crude, God forbid, from Venezuela.
Michael Heck's with us from Greater New Orleans, Inc., and his dream came true. He parks his car anywhere now because he's the Finnish honorary consul. Did you get a plate for that?
You want to know some BS? I went through all this, learned Finnish, sat in a sauna for 4 days straight, like a ceremony, become the honorary consul, and then the State Department says no more license plates.
You even married a Scandinavian chick.
I went through. How am I supposed to perform my consulary duties?
Yep. How are you supposed to park up by a fire hydrant? It's just not right.
It's just not right. But regardless, it's fascinating what's going on with Finland now. And I think...
Michael, I didn't even know Finland and Sweden weren't part of NATO till this conflict. And Sweden's they had no thought of being a part of it, even more so than Finland.
Yeah, well, look, Sweden would have joined, but they were respecting Finland. Finland didn't want to join because they didn't want to provoke Russia. They didn't want to poke the bear because they've got a 900-mile shared border.
Yep.
But, it became apparent to the Finnish people that Russia is so unpredictable, you can't, kind of have a relationship like that with them now. And so public opinion went from being 20% in favor of NATO to 76% in favor of NATO in 2 months. I mean, a total backfire in terms of the Putin strategy. And now when Finland joins, Sweden is going to definitely follow. Turkey is objecting, but it's just a negotiating stance on Erdogan's part. And so suddenly NATO, which kind of seemed, when Trump was saying NATO has outlived its life and we don't need it anymore, kind of seemed to make sense. And frankly, now it's going to be stronger than ever.
Do you think when Turkey objects, they say, stop living up to your name?
No, they probably don't.
They don't do that. All right. Hey, speaking of turkeys, any legislative updates from the past week?
Well, there's been some good stuff. One I want to highlight, and this is just an example of how GNO Inc. and our partners work at best. There's a guy named Ronnie Maines who runs something called CRC Global, huge logistics company out of Kenner and all over the country and the Western Hemisphere, actually. He has a huge trucking problem, can't find enough CDL people. So he comes to me and says, Michael, I've got an idea on how we can put a new type of dolly on our trucks, and we can actually take 2 containers instead of 1 with a single cab. And I go, wow, what would that do? He said, well, it would cut our need for drivers in half, and it would instantly make us a leader in logistics and get us to get a lot of the cargo that's getting caught up on the West Coast. So I said, all right, well, it sounds good to me. Write up a bill. Let's see what happens. That bill is now going to the House floor, SB 477. It's going to pass, and Louisiana is going to become the first state in the nation to allow trucks to carry 2 shipping containers at the same time with just 1 cab.
Nice.
Which is going to have the need for drivers, but also reduce the weight on the road and reduce the carbon that comes out of these trucks. And so, this is just one of those, it's a small example of how we can creatively problem solve and maybe not save the world, but it's that same type of local ingenuity that Andrew Higgins had, maybe just with less scotch.
Hey, we got literally 20 seconds. Hate to end it on a sour note. Any way to save the OBGYN convention of 4,000 doctors for next year that aren't coming now because of a potential dopey abortion law?
Nope, that one's gone. But
Unreal.
Other ones we're dealing with, and we're showing that New Orleans is simply different. We have a resolution saying we're different, and there's an Air France flight going for 2 weekends in December. Go book it right now because of a massive hematology conference we were able to keep. So come meet me in Paris, Corey. City of Light.
Wow, I like that. Michael Heck, Greater New Orleans Inc. Always a pleasure, brother. Thank you.
Thanks, KJ. Talk to you soon.
That's Michael Heck from Greater New Orleans Inc. That segment brought to you by Latrim.
On the perfect color? At Helm Paint and Decorating, we offer half-pint paint samples in any Benjamin Moore color for under $5, so you can test potential paint colors before investing in a full gallon.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockанdalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right, Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, Super discount store in Chalmette.
Not what you want to hear on a Friday. I know a lot of you right now are tuning into the program, stuck in a lot of traffic. There was a shooting, car to car, vehicle to vehicle. Imagine that. In New Orleans East, near the high rise. Imagine that. It's so crazy. That never happens. It's not like that happens all the time. Crowder, Dowman Road. They shut down the interstate, the I-10, at least going east. Coming into the city, westbound I-10 is still open, but eastbound I-10 is closed, basically from like the high rise, forcing everybody off, I think, at Dowman. You don't want to know the best way if you got to get home to the east right now? I'm telling you, just get to the lakefront. Get if you're in Metairie, Jefferson Parish, get to West Esplanade. If you're in Orleans Parish, get to the lakefront. And then go Lakeshore Drive to, oh boy, is the Seabrook Bridge closed, Angie, still? It is? I'm gonna double check on that, Miss Peaches. Is that Seabrook Bridge open or not? Because that might be, that if that bridge is closed, this is bad news, Bears. I'm hoping that Seabrook Bridge, a.k.a. the, what is it, Ted Hickey Bridge? That bad boy better be open. They had mechanical problems like 10 days ago. It's closed? Oh, my God. Forget going to the lakefront. Everything I just said, forget about it. Because it was go across the Seabrook Bridge, take Hayne Boulevard, and pick your poison heading back. You know, you go up Crowder, go up Reed, go up Bullard, go all the way to I-510. Continue on to Slidell from there. But with the Seabrook Bridge out, my God, Miss Peaches, that's bad news, Bears. That's terrible. That's not good. Because you've got the high rise basically shut down now. I don't know, Chef Highway is just going to be super congested. I guess take St. Claude or Claiborne, and then, you know, once you get into the parish, you can go to Paris Road and take I-510 to the I-10, you know, and backtrack to the east, you know, something like that. Take it to Lake Forest Boulevard and cut back. What a nightmare. No Seabrook Bridge, and the interstate going to the east shut down because of a shooting by Crowder and Dowman. Eastbound I-10 closed. Seabrook Bridge closed. That's a double whammy. Not good. No bueno. Corey Johnson with you on a Friday afternoon. Our Humane May fundraiser continues. Please donate. Humane May fundraiser going on right now. If you go to humanela.org, humanela.org, you'll see a picture of me with Tolly, my Australian Shepherd. Click on that. Then when you get on that page, go to the menu bar, scroll down and click on donate. And then pop it for as much money as you can, because it's for a great cause. You'll be saving cats and dogs and kittens and puppies and goats and horses, literally saving those animals. You don't believe me? Go to the Humane Society of Louisiana on Facebook. Check out the Humane Society of Louisiana's page on Facebook. They're constantly updating it with pictures and stories and write-ups. And you see what they do, you will donate. humanela.org. Hey, if you're on the Causeway right now, why don't you fire in a to-go order at Trey Yen? 985-626-4476. Trey Yen in Mandeville's phone number, 985-626-4476. They've got curbside delivery. Mom, Dad, the kids. Who doesn't love a giant to-go order from Trey Yen for Friday dinner? Hey, and don't forget some extra tung cho sauce for heating up that great Trey Yen stuff maybe later tonight or tomorrow for lunch. Trey Yen in Mandeville. So good. New Orleans Inspector General Ed Michel's office seizing computers from City Hall. One of Mayor Cantrell's folks, the IT person for the mayor, Christopher Wolf. This Smart Cities initiative, Mayor Cantrell wanting to Wi-Fi the city for poor, disenfranchised folks. Everybody can get online for free. Magic Johnson's company out of L.A. to do the work. The city council starts investigating. The mayor backs. First off, Magic Johnson's crew backs out. Magic Johnson's crew is probably like, okay, this is crazy. This is a little seedy. This is a little different. But the mayor's got the call, and we're going to do what she says. And then once it started becoming public and the council got involved, all of a sudden Magic Johnson Company's like, we don't want to be involved with this. We don't want what we're doing known with this mayor. And they bailed. So the city council subpoenaing folks, subpoenaing records. Like all records from the mayor, all the mayor's emails, all of Christopher Wolf's emails between Magic Johnson's company and the city and this potential Smart Cities initiative, free Wi-Fi for the city in the poor, disenfranchised neighborhoods. No, the council wants all the emails, which are public record. They're entitled to them. And Ed Michel, the Inspector General, they took Christopher Wolf's City Hall computer, raided his office at City Hall. IG investigators unplugged it, walked out with the computer. Contract fixing? We'll see. All I know is, as a native New Orleanian and the broken corruptness of this city, I want a strong inspector general that's proactive. I don't want do-nothing Denny Harper, politically connected, an obvious agenda. Now, I want an apolitical monster. I want someone following all the leads, all the facts. This is a target-rich environment, New Orleans, for an inspector general. Are you kidding me? For a U.S. attorney, Eastern District, target-rich environment. FBI, target-rich environment, politicians, contractors. I mean, for the IG especially, my God, it's inefficiency in government at the least, corruption at the worst. Now, I love that the IG is seizing computers from City Hall. That's a plus, not a negative. Folks that are against the IG, against this type of stuff, you got to question where they come from. And often folks that justify, like the Edwin Edwards, the Mark Morials, the John Ilarios, they're deviants. They're crooked. They're on the take, trying to justify their type of behavior with others. That's often the case. Now, folks that are critical of, like, the IG's office in New Orleans doing their work, this righteous work? Are you kidding me? No, you question those folks. It's about time we have an effective IG again, like Bob Sarasoli. Trent Thomas, 20 years old, arrested for shooting 3 people. Suspected gang violence connected to that Hammond High School graduation at USL up in Strawberry Country, up I-55. DA Jason Williams gets a federal tax lien for unpaid taxes from 2019, $274,000 in unpaid taxes. His July trial is coming up. Prosecutors will try to use that as well, just as Joe Responti told Fox 8 News, a pattern of behavior. They'll try to throw that out there. Boy, it's hot out there. Speaking of out there, hot, high humidity, 90s every day. Stay hydrated. I mean, I'm on this stuff all day. H2O, water, agua, lots of it. Got to. No, it's hot. If your air conditioning doesn't seem to be getting the job done this year, or it's making a funny noise, sounds like it's struggling, or worse, not working at all, don't stress out. You don't have to sleep at the in-laws. You don't have to go to a hotel. You don't have to sleep in the heat. River City's Total Maintenance will get your AC on this afternoon, tonight. Every day we broadcast live from the Buddy Diliberto River City's Total Maintenance Studios. River City's Total Maintenance, that's Fair and Honest Lucas and the boys. Honest air conditioning experts that come immediately, right now. Easy to find, NOLAAC.com. You need air conditioning help? Right now, tonight, over the weekend, holiday, whenever. They're there. Honest air conditioning experts that come immediately, NOLAAC.com. NOLAAC.com. Corey Johnson with you on a Friday afternoon. Hey, we've been on YouTube now for a few weeks. You can check out the program. Just go to YouTube, Corey Johnson, Neutral Ground in the search bar. And when you're checking us out on YouTube, click to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. And click on the notification bell, and they'll send you an email going, hey, Corey's live on YouTube right now. Give us a thumbs up if you can as well. Go to YouTube, Corey Johnson, Neutral Ground. You can check out the program live. You can check it out after the fact. And after the fact means you can check out yesterday, last week. Got them all titled, what we're talking about, the hot topics, all that good stuff. I even threw up some videos from last Sunday on Claiborne's when those four-wheelers took over the street and I was riding in the middle of the pack. The only thing I regret is I didn't have my car that could hop, where the front end bobs up and down, where I could have hopped my car with them, and I would have fit right in. Some talent out there, man. These guys popping wheelies, almost catching their back on the pavement. I pop a wheelie, I fall off. Hey, guess what's open till 9 p.m. tonight? Great Gumbo. What a way to start. Incredible hand-battered homemade onion rings to order. I'm talking about Fury's Restaurant in Metairie, and that's just to start. Speckled trout, flounder, snapper, all local fresh seafood. Local fresh seafood. Fried, broiled, grilled. Open till 9 p.m. tonight. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie. So good.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Recently, Kim Kardashian was seen at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Let's party.
Can you think of any other celebrities that won't sue us? Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. 3235 Paris Road.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
For years, you've been hearing about the virtues of Springfield Wellness Center and their successful treatment of over 1,000 individuals who overcame their substance addiction. Now it's your turn. Here's Springfield's Dr. Richard Medier.
For over 20 years, we've successfully treated patients with substance abuse issues and have also had success with patients suffering from chronic stress, depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder. We uniquely address restorative issues at the cellular level that impact mental health. We treat our patients with an intravenous nutritional supplement that helps restore various brain functions. Most of our patients have greatly reduced withdrawal symptoms. We work toward maximizing nutritional interventions while utilizing traditional medication interventions when needed. Our treatment works toward restoring the brain's health while returning the patient to a normal, dependent-free life.
Put your addiction behind you. Call Springfield Wellness Center now. 504-291-2800. That's 291-2800.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday. Dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. Every day we crank it up at 4 o'clock. Weekdays in New Orleans and beyond. Oh so fine, 93.9 FM. New Orleans' own 107.9 FM. 600 AM from Baton Rouge to Pensacola, Florida. Hey, till 5:30 we're on TV. Cox Channel 4 Television, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette. Yeah, you're right, Capital City, Cajun Country. Everywhere Cox TV is in Louisiana, we're there 4 to 5:30 on Your View, Louisiana. That's Cox Channel 4 at 4. Hey, Spectrum Charter Television subscribers. We're in Slidell, and Covington, and Mandeville, Cheyenne Country, Hammond, Houma, Thibodaux, Opelousas, all over Louisiana. Wherever Spectrum or Charter TV is there, we're there 4 to 5:30. Spectrum Channel 333. If you missed the 4 o'clock hour, you missed a lot. Fridays with Fletch. You can check it out on our YouTube channel. Click to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Give us the thumbs up. It don't cost nothing. If you missed the 5 o'clock power hour earlier, Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans, Inc. was with us for about 25 minutes, breaking down a slew of topics. Hey, our Humane May fundraiser continues. HumaneLA.org. That's the website. Please go to it and donate right now. HumaneLA.org. It's for a great cause. Cats and dogs, kittens and puppies. HumaneLA.org. New Orleans East, closed, heading eastbound. By Crowder and Dowman, there was a shooting car to car. They shut down the I-10. The Seabrook Bridge is closed. You know, I would have suggested that. Head to West Esplanade if you're in Metairie. Head to Lakeshore Drive if you're in New Orleans. And West Esplanade to Lakeshore Drive. And then beeline past UNO, Lakeshore Drive to the, Seabrook Bridge. And get on Hain Boulevard and pick your poison. Crowder, Reed, Bullard, I-510. But Dowman Road, whatever. But Seabrook Bridge is closed. I-10 East shut down by the high-rise. Your only choices are basically Chef Highway, St. Claude, and Claiborne's, right, Miss Peaches? 3 choices, right? Normally we'd have, I guess, 5. You'd have the Seabrook closed. You'd have the high-rise basically shut down. And you got the other 3. Chef Highway, St. Claude, and Claiborne's. There used to be another bridge. I think it's up all the time now. It was a ground level bridge. I think like maybe Almonaster. Didn't Almonaster have that where you could cross? But that bridge is now always up. And this has been, Miss Peaches, what, for like a decade maybe? More maybe. But wasn't I right? There was an Almonaster, and it was down all the time. You could cross there. Yep. Yeah, now I think you see like pipes where like literally it's like pipes welded, and then they put the roadway on the pipes. That's how like they built the bridge. And the roadways deteriorate where you see the pipes. That would make for a jarring ride. Like driving in Uptown or Lakeview. Uptown or Lakeview. Anyway. Hey, if you ever want to email us, Corey@CoreyTalks.com. A lot going on this Friday. The IG's office seizing one of Mayor Cantrell's chief staffers, her IT staff chief, Christopher Wolf. It's all about that Smart Cities initiative, the Magic Johnson Company, the potential Wi-Fi for the city. Right when the council, some insider must have given somebody a tip of something crooked going on. Once the council, or seedy or deviant going on, once the council got wind of this, they started an investigation, and Magic Johnson and his company mysteriously pulled out of it. And you know what I love? Cox was the runner-up. Cox is like, hey, we get it now, right? And the mayor is like, quiet, they don't know what to do. It's like, we had a deal work with Magic Johnson. We didn't have a deal work with you. And a deal, I'm assuming it was something on the side. No, isn't that interesting? It's a public bid, supposedly. Magic Johnson Companies gets it. They pull out. And the mayor and her office, they just abandon the whole Smart Cities plan instead of giving it to the runner-up, Cox. You know what's going to happen? Cox is going to sue the city because they spent money putting in the bid. They came in second. The winner bailed. They should get it. It doesn't exist anymore. They're like, we put money and effort into this. We should be awarded the contract. They're going to sue the city and win. Watch. They'll make their investment back, lawyer fees. Thank you, LaToya the Destroyer Cantrell. No contract fixing. Who knows what's going on? I just like an IG that's active. I don't think this IG is, I'm going after Democrats, I'm going after Republicans, going after white, going after black. Got some tips. They seized Christopher Wolf's computer, and we'll see where this leads with this Smart Cities thing. Plus, the city council's investigating, subpoenaing folks and records, like all emails from the mayor's office. So that's good stuff. That's really good stuff. DA Jason Williams' July trial coming up. The feds popped him again. A new tax lien for unpaid taxes in 2019. $274,000 in unpaid taxes. I mean, if you got $274,000 in unpaid taxes, you pulled home about $1 million that year. You pulled home around $1 million that year. Pretty good. Hey, this weekend, they're open on Sundays, too. Why don't you go check out Art and Eyes? There's no better eyewear place, store, shop, gallery, anywhere in the region. You have to go to like New York or San Francisco or maybe Paris. Art and Eyes on Magazine. Eyewear that's as unique as you. I've been wearing prescription glasses for over 40 years. If you wear prescription glasses, you need a great pair of sunglasses, don't go to the mall store. Check out Art and Eyes on Magazine first. You'll be glad you did. Google them, Art and Eyes on Magazine. Corey Johnson with you, Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Have a great weekend. 93.9 FM, New Orleans. Yeah, you right.